What's up, everybody? Welcome to Left for Dead Garage, or hopefully welcome back to Left for Dead Garage, where in this episode we're going to spray some paint on the Impala frame and under the hood and try to put a little more lipstick on this pig. Like to get all that done before I set the motor in. I wasn't going to do that at all, but I couldn't help it. I couldn't take it. I got to paint something. We also had some brake line issues, which I'll cover that in another video. Hopefully this weather won't mess with the paint too bad. Spraying tractor paint, tractor enamel. And I've not touched a spray gun in probably 20 years. So I'm not going to YouTube it. I'm not going to Google it. I'm going to read the can. I'm going to hope for the best, because let's just say this is before YouTube, or you don't have anybody to ask, and let's just try it. Let's see what happens. If it turns out bad, then we know it didn't work. I've got a couple paint and body friends that are probably going to absolutely cringe when they see this video, because it's 49 inside the shop, so it's probably high 30s outside maybe. But I'm gonna mix this stuff the way I remember my dad mixing paint. I don't think it was the right way. It worked for him. Somehow he had, pretty good paint skills. So that's the way I'm gonna mix it. I'll show you how I mix it. I guarantee you it is the wrong way. It might work. It worked the last time I did it that way, which was 20 years ago. So I got a cheap Harbor Freight paint gun. Just throw it away when we're done. I got a gallon of matte black Magic Tractor from Tractor Supply, a couple of cans of reducer, some hardener, and some other stuff to thin it with if I need to. I don't really have to worry about the flash rate on anything being too quick today, because it is chilly. What I may do is hang some tarps down the sides of the car, stick the turbo heater or the turbo whatever, stick the heater in front of the car and blow some warm air underneath it. Maybe get it a little warmer than what it is sitting here. But first, before I do anything, I've got to get these fender wells out, and I think it might be 10 or 12 bolts total on both sides, and I only got 5 bolts out of all of them, so we're going to have to cut some. Just realized the torch is out of oxygen, so I guess I'll have to get the grinder out. I really didn't want to do the grinder, it takes so long. I don't really feel like dragging the plasma out, which I probably should, but either way, let's get to it. Alright, we're going to try to mix some paint. I'll show you what I'm working with. I'll show you my method, or the only method I know how. I mean, I could have bought something and actually did the ratios, like a measure cup paint mixer. I don't know. But this is how I was shown. Yeah, this is how I was shown, or this is how I seen it done. How my dad mixed paint. Seemed to work all right for him. All right, I've not done this in over 20 years, I'm gonna guess. This isn't exactly the same paint he used. I don't even know what he used, but it must have been a long time ago. And the last time I did it, all I did was spray primer. It seemed to work fine. So luckily what we're painting, it doesn't really matter. I just want it black, and Krylon $6 a can. Let's try this method. So got a gallon of Magic Tractor from Tractor Supply in matte black. Got a couple of the cans of the reducer they suggest. They also say I can use this, whatever Naphtha is. I bought some of this to clean up with. I found this very cheap Harbor Freight spray gun in my dad's things after he passed. It didn't look like he ever used it, so we're going to use it. I think it's like 20 bucks new. So, Dad's spray gun, Dad's method, and essentially Dad's car. It was his Impala, so hopefully Dad's looking down and going to give me some luck and not make me look like a fool here. But if we fail, we fail. If it's too cold to paint, then, well, what do? I can't wait on warmer weather. I want to get this motor in. So, I'm going to sit you down and I'll show you how I seen it done, and you can give me down the road in the comments all you want. But this is all I know. I'm not Googling it. I'm not YouTubing it. We're just going to wing it and see what happens. Full on honesty here, you know? Let's try it. Isn't this cabinet the coolest thing? Well, completely off track, but this cabinet belonged to the guy that owned the dually. Larry raced for years and years, and each of these stickers were places he had been either competing in, or he also drove a hauler for a guy and worked the pit crew for him. But all these places was a legitimate place, and this was in his very first race car trailer. So, and 82 English Town, so 86, 87, but there's 83 Gator Nationals, and even Quebec. So 1980, I guess that's the oldest stick. Well, there's an English Town from 80 as well. But anyway, let's get some mix and paint. Even Dad's filters, these things are old as ever. Also, his mix sticks. Some of this stuff I already had from a cabinet that he used, but the spray gun I found in the motorcycle trailer after I bought it. All right. I've never even used this paint. Well, I used something similar when I brush painted a utility trailer, and it worked out well. It was the cheaper version of the Tractor Supply paint. I'm only going to do just a little bit. Probably going to spill this everywhere. I have no rags. Alright, that looks good enough. My paint and body people are probably going to be cussing me. Nice dirty stir stick. About a half of a bottle of that is what I poured in. Now, how I was told, you knew how it was thin enough to spray. Stir it, pull it out, count to 3. If you hit 3 and it starts dripping, then you're good. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3. So somehow I managed to hit that right out the gate. So we're going to take whatever I did with that dirty funnel, take this paint bucket, not spill it on the GoPro. I don't even know why I'm filtering it, because what's it matter? But we got the dirt cheap Harbor Freight spray gun filled. It's a HVLP gun, high volume, low pressure. I do know that much. First time I tried one, I didn't know anything about that. And my primer job came out worse than 80 grit sandpaper. Too much air, not enough product, I guess. I don't know. So I'm going to attempt to spray. And video, because I'm flying solo this weekend. So hopefully I don't paint the GoPro or me or anything else. We did get the inner fender wells pulled out of the Impala. I had to grind a bunch of bolts off. Not really exciting. So I'm gonna get out here and see if we can get this thing sprayed. I took the leaf blower and blew most of the chunks of dirt and everything else off. So let's see what we can do. Alrighty, behold the Impala. I'm not even taping anything off. We are just straight winging it. Any type of detail stuff, then I'll probably just use Krylon. Alright, got something going on here. I'm gonna try the GoPro. Alright, bear with me. I'm not really worried about run. I just want it to be dark. Spraying rust. I'm spraying rust. Crud. I'm spraying it all. I'm sorry if you can't see. This is real difficult to do. Well, I'm telling you, if there's a man that, or anybody that can run a GoPro and a paint gun at the same time, oh, I respect you to no end. Not sure how much is left in my cup here. Should have got these AC lines out of the way. I've got all kinds of stuff in the way. Man, it would be nice to have a little bit of help today. No big deal though. I won't put you through the misery of seasick too much. We'll spray what we can, and I'll come back and show you how it looks. We'll see how it looks tomorrow. That'll be the real question. Anybody triggered yet? I'll switch hands here. Try not to get paint all over the GoPro. Well, I sure hope the car runs as good as the paint does. I'm gonna jump into getting this thing sprayed. I'll grab the camera when I'm done, give you a walk around, and really we'll see if it even dries by tomorrow. But it's real hard to hold this camera and the spray gun. I really don't even know if I got enough anything in the shot most of the time. Too focused on spraying paint and not looking where the camera's at. If that's what happened, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not real sure what I'm doing when I'm doing the camera. I really don't know what I'm doing when I'm messing with this guy. But we're trying. And if we fail, well, you'll see me fail. So I'll get back to you. All right, let's go over what we learned, or I learned. Hopefully you can learn from this too. 1, I forgot to even use the hardener. I don't know. It says increases gloss, increases drying time. Or I'm sorry, it reduces drying time and obviously increases hardness. Well, I didn't use it. Maybe I can take it back because it was like $17 for this little can. All right. 2, thought I had that paint mixed up well. Probably the reason that I got it thin the first time was because it wasn't mixed well. The second time I went to mix some in the cup, I realized that I hadn't put the stir stick in there, and there was some sort of swamp thing of black paint in the bottom. So I got that stirred up. The next thing I learned was buying a gallon of paint was a complete waste of money. I'll probably go back over it tomorrow because it's getting dark and I can't really see. But I'll show you what we got for now. But definitely buying a gallon of paint was a waste of money. Didn't use the reducer, waste of money. I'm sorry, I didn't use the hardener, probably a waste of money. Might have been a complete mistake on my part. Paint gun seemed to do okay. 20 bucks from Harbor Freight. I used lacquer thinner to clean it out. But I'll take you outside and we'll see what it looks like. It looks pretty glossy now. I hope that it does go back matte, but if anything, I can always use Krylon and go back over what's there, because since it is mostly black, it won't take much Krylon to make me happy. So here's our finished product at the moment. So everything is sprayed for the most part. I didn't tape anything off. Sprayed up in the fender wells. Didn't do this, leave that alone. Some of the radiator support, I'll tape the rest of it off as we go with Krylon. I see a big spot right there I missed. Probably missed a whole lot, to be honest with you. But, and I got, well, this muffler is in the way. I didn't realize that was still there. Should have took that off. But I did spray most of the rear end. I see spots I missed already. So I guess we are painting again tomorrow. But I'm gonna shut it down for tonight. See if this stuff dries by tomorrow. Being as cold as it's gonna get tonight, it's probably not looking good. So, but we'll get back on this tomorrow. And we either screwed it up or it's decent. But that's the good thing about a just good enough hot rod. If I screw this up, then what am I out of? $60 in paint materials? The car's garbage. So if anything, this paint just slowed down the death that Mother Nature is trying to do to it. So like I said, we're not restoring this thing. Pretty much just going to pickle it is the best way I can describe it. Keep it around a little longer. Let somebody else deal with it one day. Probably my kids. But until then, we'll see you tomorrow. Well, this is my attempt at hoping it dries. Got the radiator blowing under the car, got the fan blowing across the radiator. You can actually feel warm air come out at the back of the car. So we'll go eat dinner, let this do its thing, we'll go from there. Hopefully it works out. Well, didn't really get anything done on the car today. I was going to do a second coat, but I kind of got sidetracked last night thanks to Facebook Marketplace. Found another 64 Impala, complete car. It's so rough it makes this thing look like it's brand new, but it does have parts on it I need. The price was extremely right, and it was only about 15 minutes from home. So I had some running around to do this morning. Then that guy finally got a hold of me, so that was where the rest of my day went. It took a 2-ton rollback and a very large New Holland tractor to get this car from where it was sitting since 1977. I'll throw a little small video in this video from today just to show you the car. But I'm going to close out this video with showing you what that paint looks like. It really don't look bad. It's as far from matte black as I've ever seen, so maybe that's my mistake on not mixing it well. But anyway, I'll show you what we're working with now. That really looks much better. I mean, complete and total lipstick on a pig, but you know, and hopefully it looks better even on camera. But I'll probably spray it again later. I just don't have time today, and it is Sunday, and well, I'd like to try to get a video up on Sunday. Should be a short one here. But man, I sure do appreciate all the attention the channel's gotten. I know I'm still working with small numbers, but I very much appreciate all the subscribers and shares. Like I said earlier, or on the other video, we're on Facebook now, Left 4 Dead Garage. Also have an Instagram. But I appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the next one.